Before we start digging into all the nuances, different styles, and regions of wine, it is important that we build a strong foundation for our study. So we're going to start from the very beginning. What is this thing we call wine? Some say wine is a drink that captivates. It creates poetic moods and inspires grand thoughts of love, passion, and beauty. It speaks of the land where it was grown and delights with countless flavors. While all of that is surely lovely and romantic, in reality, wine is simply liquid fermented fruit. It can be made from any sort of fruit, but centuries-long trial has proven grapes to be its best means of expression. Grapes have the ideal combination of sugar, acids, fruit flavors, and liquid content. Beyond that, there are hundreds of commercially grown grape varieties capable of producing vastly different styles and flavors of wine. Couple that with the fact that grapes show radically different characteristics depending on where they are grown. Soil types, climatic conditions, canopy management, and any winemaking techniques employed impact the unique characteristics that manifest on a bottle. The combinations and subsequent offerings are absolutely limitless. So what is wine actually made of? Removing the poetry and mystique, here's the scientific composition and chemistry of wine. In the simplest of breakdowns, wine is composed of 5 elements: water, alcohol, acid, sugar, and phenolic compounds. The primary component of wine is water. Typically 80 to 90% of wine's volume is simple H2O. Following water, the next major element is alcohol. Alcohol accounts for 10 to 15% of wine's content. The most prominent alcohol in wine is ethyl alcohol, also known as ethanol. This is the alcohol produced by fermentation. Other alcohols present in varying degrees are glycerol, methyl alcohol, methanol, and fusel oils. So if the majority of wine is simply water and alcohol, then what prevents wine from tasting like watered-down vodka? The remaining few percentages are what give wine character and flavor. Acids make up only 0.5 to 0.75% of wine's volume, but are absolutely crucial to the taste of the wine. Several different types of acid can be found in grapes and thus wine. Tartaric acid is the most prevalent and strongest acid in both grapes and wines. Malic acid is present in grapes and decreases as grapes ripen. This accounts for the sharp green apple flavor found in some wines. Lactic acid is not actually found in grapes, but can be created in the winemaking process by converting the malic acids into lactic acids through a process called malolactic fermentation. Acetic acid is the acid of vinegar. It is a very volatile acid and readily joins with the aromas of wine. In low levels, it is expected in wines, but if quantities increase, it is considered a major flaw. Succinic acid is a minor component of grapes and a natural byproduct of the fermentation process. Sugars typically comprise 15 to 28% of grapes' content at harvest and anywhere from 0.5% to 25% of wine's content after fermentation is complete. Grapes contain roughly equal amounts of 2 different sugars: glucose and fructose. The amount of sugar remaining after fermentation is complete, known as residual sugar, determines how sweet the wine will be. Phenolic compounds are the elements responsible for the colors, tannins, and some flavors found in wine. They are concentrated mainly in the skins and the seeds of the grapes and are transferred into the wine through skin contact during maceration and fermentation. Major phenolic compounds include anthocyanins, which give red wines blue, purple, or red colors; flavones or flavonols, which give white wines yellow tones; tannins, those are the astringent compounds found in grape skins, seeds, and stems. They are also found in the oak barrels used for aging; vanillin, which is an aromatic compound in oak that imparts a vanilla odor into barrel-aged wines; and resveratrol, which is a compound found in wine that is believed to have many health benefits. Lastly, assorted other compounds can be found in wine's composition in varying levels. Aldehydes are oxidized alcohols formed when wine is exposed to air. Esters are molecules that result from the joining of an acid and an alcohol. These are the compounds that actually allow us to smell the wine. Dissolved gases, such as oxygen from oxidation and carbon dioxide in sparkling wines, can also be found in wines. Sulfites, even in trace amounts, exist in all wines and are often added throughout the winemaking process as a preservative.